Hello there, this is Phil, the Worship Survival Guy, with a March video email to psalmists and pastors alike. These old bones aren't broadcasting from Mount Pisgah, but there's 30 years of ministry behind me, and the future looks as bright as the promises of God. This month, teams everywhere are preparing for Easter. The Lily Crowd is coming on April 1st. No fooling. I'll offer my 7 tips to avoid an Easter-Pocalypse. Those extra-large Easter crowds come with plenty of folks who need to know their Redeemer lives. It's a golden opportunity. Here's a fun fact. In 1790, Baptists determined that the overhead cost of saving a soul was $50. Today, somewhere between $80,000 and $1.5 million. You can Google it. But every week, the Holy Spirit, your tireless labor, and an army of generous saints are fighting a high-stakes battle for eternal, precious human souls. Easter, like Christmas, is an annual beach of Normandy. As you gear up for that good fight, remember that your own soul is precious too. And it's vulnerable enough that 50% of pastors drop out of ministry in the first 5 years. Churches are expending Herculean efforts to help souls cross the bridge from death to life. Awareness is good defense in any dangerous situation. Ephesians 6 tells us that 2/3 of our gear is defensive gear. So, first, gird up. Your belt will be carrying lots of weighty stuff this month. Cancel non-essentials from your schedule and tell people why. Second, armor up. Spend quality time with Jesus and don't monopolize the conversation. You need your heart washed and conditioned too. Get some good sleep. Eat healthy. Third, shoe up. You are going into a marathon. Stress will manifest, and it usually hits your unique weak spots. While you prep, know your step. Gather an inner circle around you to watch and to pray with you. Fourth, shields up for you and your team. Know in advance you'll be asking for extra time and labor from tired staff and from overworked volunteers. Ask how they're holding up. Approach them protectively. Fifth, helmet up. Know and remember that this big week is about new life in Jesus. It's not about you getting a ratings bump. I've seen pastors morph into mean field marshals at Easter. Shepherd isn't really a noun unless it's a verb too. Sixth, use your sword wisely. If you insist on heroic, complex sword play to wow the crowds at Easter, here's what happens. You'll exponentially increase everyone's level of stress. People will make more mistakes. It will generate relational carnage you'll need to deal with later. A simple but successful trip trumps a complicated train wreck every time. Simplicity creates a teachable space for workers and watchers alike. Seventh, and finally, remind yourself in advance that mountaintops are often followed by valleys. Elijah's high on Mount Carmel was followed by a good cry in the cave. That's kind of normal. Now, God took good care of Elijah, just like he'll take care of you and me, but battle fatigue is easier when you're braced for it. Then you'll be able to better care for your team members who are coming off their own Carmel highs and minister to those new folks who are responding to the good news they've heard this year. We need you to be a worship survival guy or gal. Easter time or any time, in God's work, remember, ministry is dangerous, but it's much safer as a team sport. You need a multitude of counselors around you. Sometimes you just need to vent, brainstorm, and pray with someone safe. That's why I'm here with Standing Stone Ministries. Confidential, no charge, because I'm supported by a terrific and growing team of people who love Christian leaders. I'm Phil. Learn more at worshipsurvivalguy.com. And if you write Easter-Pocalypse in the comment line, I'll respond quickly and discreetly. Remember, keep the praises going, but don't go it alone.